Classroom 2 also has. Hello, good evening to you all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Tapan Kumar. Tapan from where? You are from?
Sir, from Khordha.
Khordha. Are you working as a teacher or you are a professor?
No, sir. I am studying in B.Ed RI Pune, sir.
Oh, RI B.Ed.
Yes, sir. Yes.
First year or second year?
Second year, sir. Fourth semester.
Fourth semester. So Professor Lakshmindra Behra is there.
Yes, sir.
Mahalik
HOD in
Ramanathan Mahalik is
Education,
there.
Professor Lakshmindra Behra, sir.
My friend and Professor Nityanand Pradhan, he got retired. Bhujendra Panda retired.
Currently retired now, sir. Few days, sir.
Hrishikesh Thanapati is there, Professor.
Sir, Hrishikesh sir retired in June month.
In June coming.
January 2026, sir.
June.
No, January 2026.
Oh,
First
27. Oh, 10
2026.
months more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we met in a seminar in Bikram Dev University. He and
Yes, sir.
Professor Nityanand Pradhan.
सर नाउ जो एससीआर जो स्टेट करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क
No,
चेयरमैन वाज प्रोफेसर नित्यानंद प्रधान सर.
Nityanand Pradhan. And Hrushya is the member, one of the members. There are many members. And
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. In sir
good evening,
RI two members in state curriculum framework.
uh,
Three professors, principal of RI, Professor PC Agrawal, Professor Nityanand Pradhan sir, and Professor Hrishikesh Thanapati sir.
Now by this time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are linked. Then another Soumya Sagarika. 8. Sunita 9. Got some time. Tapan, are you staying in the hostel or you are going from Khordha?
No, sir. I am staying in Ramanujan Hostel in RI
Raman.
campus.
I know, I know. Asutosh, Ramanujan, Sarojini, there are so many people.
Sir, ଆପଣ କୋଉଠାର?
ମୁଁ actually ମୋ ଘର ହଉଛି ବାଲେଶ୍ୱର, କିନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ବ୍ରହ୍ମପୁର ରହିଯାଇଛି। ରିଟାୟାର କଲା ପରେ ବ୍ରହ୍ମପୁର ରହିଲି ପ୍ରାୟ 25 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲାଣି। I got retired in the year 2016. 2016 ମୁଁ ରିଟାୟାର କଲି।
Sir, କୋଉଠୁ? କୋଉ ଜାଗା? କୋଉ କଲେଜ?
ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପାଲ କୋଉଠି କଣ କଲ?
ସାର୍ କୋଉଠି ରିଟାୟାର୍ଡ ହେଲେ ମାନେ କୋଉ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟି ନା କଲେଜ?
ନା କଲେଜ DPIC ବ୍ରହ୍ମପୁର।
DPIC.
ଦିବାକର ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ଇନଷ୍ଟିଚ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଆଡଭାନ୍ସ ଷ୍ଟଡିଜ୍ ଇନ୍ ଏଜୁକେସନ ବ୍ରହ୍ମପୁର।
Okay, sir. Teacher education.
Teacher education. Professor Bhujendra Panda was my junior in Kurukshetra. We were studying in Kurukshetra. Professor Bhujendra Panda was my junior. He got retired. Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Professor Nityananda Pradhan was 2 years junior. Hushi also their classmate. Professor Hushi Senapati and Nityananda Pradhan, they are two classmates.
Sir, classmate.
Also, classmate. Also,
Sir, in graduation na MA?
No, MA education, SCRT.
MA, SCRT.
SCRT. Also, Hushi also wife, Sorna Madam, they are also classmate.
Sir, Sonu madam is my favorite teacher, ideal teacher.
So she got retired from Khordha, the PN
Na
college.
retired ନାହିଁ sir, ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି ମାନେ PN college ରେ. Retired June month ରେ.
Retired ହେଇନାହାନ୍ତି?
ନା ନା ତାଙ୍କର ଜୁନ ରେ ରିଟାୟାର୍ଡ ମାନେ ସୋନମ ମ୍ୟାମଙ୍କର।
ଓହୋ ଜୁନ ଅଛ ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍ ଚିତ୍ତା ବଚନ କଣ ଖୋର୍ଦ୍ଧାରେ ରିଟାୟାର୍ଡ?
No sir, no idea.
Mahapaତ୍ର. He retired. So now it is 5:20. Should we start the session?
Yes sir, yes sir.
Yes, sir.
By this time, 11 are in link. Okay. Good evening to you all. Yesterday, we have had a discussion on the block 1. The block 1 was about organizational behavior and overview. In that context, we have seen the concept of organizational behavior. When the organization is there, there is a goal, and in order to achieve the goal, there are many people. It is not one man's business. Many people get entangled, and they in a collective way, they take the decision to achieve the goal in the most effective way. Therefore, group is formed. In the second unit, that is your group dynamics and team building. So it is if the organization is to be successfully function, then it is not a one man's business. It is a group activity. It is a teamwork. So in that context, we have seen what do we mean a group, what are the purposes of grouping, what are the theories of grouping, etc. Now let us begin with the character with the development of a group. It is in page, it is your block 1, page 29. Up to that point we have discussed yesterday. Now there is no way out not to form a group if the goals of the organization are to be achieved. So therefore, all the members, they cooperate with each other, they understand each other, they share their feelings very open with an open mind, like that. So therefore, team is formed. And when you are forming the team, there are different stages in the development of a group. So there are as many as 5 steps or stages, like forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. So these are the 5 stages through which we can form a group. So let us come to the first stage of group formation or forming a group. At this first stage of development, which is called as a period of testing and orientation. Why it is a period of testing and orientation? You want to be a member of a group. Now you are asking yourself, what are the benefits which I can get if I am a member of the group? What are the different characteristics that is required? What are the qualities required to become a member of the group? Similarly, what is the cost required to be a member of the group? All these you are asking yourself and you are testing the situation. Therefore, the people tend to be polite at this stage and well defer to the existing authority of a formal or informal leader. So when you are going to become a member of the group, you are taking the stock of the situation, like what are the benefits, what is the cost, how many people are there, what is the requirement, etc. like that. So that the forming stage is completed once individuals within the group feel that they are truly the member. The moment you feel that yes, I am genuinely a member of this group, then the first stage is complete. What is the first stage? Forming. That means you are associated with the group. You are a member. Once the membership is assigned to you, then second stage comes storming. Generally, what is storming? Jhada, something havoc. In your mind, many things come. For example, during the storming stage, storming stage of team development, individual members, as an individual member, become more proactive by taking on specific roles and task responsibility. Now, when you become a member of a group, some tasks will be given to you, some responsibility will be given to you. That means, as a member, you take ownership of responsibility. There are certain tasks, task oriented. But when the task is given to you, you may feel, oh, had that task been given to me, I could have performed better. And it is partiality. Therefore, why should I do like this? So therefore, it is creating storm in your mind. Normally, this stage is completed when group members consider that it is better to work together. So, for example, you are asking yourself, there is a storm in your brain. Why not the headmaster or why not the manager give me this kind of thing? So I could have shown better. But after some time, you feel, no, okay. The headmaster, the head might have thought that that man can do better than me. Okay, it is justified. So you are getting consolidated, or you are consoling yourself, and you try to do your best for the group. After the second stage, storming, then third is norming. Norming standard, values, adequate, expectations, like that. So during the norming stage, the team develops its first real sense of cohesion as roles are established and a consensus forms around group objectives. Now, consensus means common agreement. Though we have differences of opinion, but for the larger interest of the group, we sacrifice our self-interest and we accept the common understanding, the common consensus, that like that. So members have developed relatively similar mental models. That means what you say, in the beginning I was deferring, I was not accepting, or I was deferring and deferring. The deferring means I am postponing. Deferring means not getting along. So therefore, either deferring or deferring, at last you can, okay, it is for the welfare of the group, it is for the betterment of the group, let me accept. Then that is norm, that becomes the responsibility, that becomes your common understanding. Then fourth stage is performing. Now, you are a member of the group formed, then you are thinking something for the betterment of the group, then you are following certain responsible rules, you accept a common agreement, then it will help you to perform. There is no two viewpoints. There is no second thought, not to perform. So therefore, at this stage, team becomes more task oriented. Our target is to achieve the goal. So how can you achieve the goal? The goal can be achieved when there is a common agreement, common consensus, and the tasks given to distributed to different members of the group. When they do their best, when they perform their best, so task oriented. Then last step of group formation is your adjourning. So close. At this stage, group disbands, stop operating. Group disbands after having accomplished its goal. That means once the goal is achieved or once the goals are achieved, because the group is formed for the attainment of goal. For example, I was telling you, OSTA, Odisha Secondary School Teachers Association. Similarly, OGCT, Odisha Government College Teachers Association. So every university has also association. What for? For the benefits, for the accomplishment, for the goals. If those goals are achieved, then there is no need of becoming a member. So your membership remains stopped. Why? The goal is achieved. There is no need of further group. So these are the different stages of formation of group. Now, when the group is formed, necessarily it develops a team spirit. That means what you say, I accept. What I accept, others accept. That means becomes your unity. There is no difference of opinion because we want to achieve the goal of the organization. Therefore, the team is built. So, what is team building? It has been told in page 31 by 2.11 serial number. Team building is any formal activity intended to improve the development and functioning of a work team. The team is formed not to make chit chat. Team is not formed. For example, team is formed also. For example, in a tea shop, either morning or evening, many people are taking tea and making chit chat politics, something like that, something like this. That is not in the true sense of the term team. Team means formal. That means there are certain objectives for which you people, 5 or 10 or 7 members, you get together, you get connected. So there is some benefits. So therefore, you have purpose. So therefore, team building tries to improve the development and functioning of the work. When you are working, if the spirit is there, that means we are working as a whole, as one, not 5. We are not fragmented. Team building does not believe in compartmentalization in the train. S1 in the train, S1, S2, S3, S4, A1, B1, C1, first class, second class, general class. That kind of compartmentalization is not visible in case of your team building. Team building means one tone, one voice, one agreement, like that, for the attainment of goal. Now, if that team is to be built, if team building is essential, team building is an essential ingredient for the achievement of the goal. Now, the question is, what are the processes of team building? Now, that process of team building is given by 2.12, that is page 31. Identification of problem, collection of relevant data, then data feedback and confrontation, problem solving experience, on the job application follow-up. So, when you are a member of the team, you all unanimously identify the problem because you want to achieve your objective, to materialize the objective, the goal of the organization. You find out, in order to achieve the goal, what might be the problems which we can encounter. For example, you have formed a team to get financial benefits or to improve the classroom practice. I'm talking about school. School as an organization aims at to improve the performance level of the students of class 9, class 10, class 8 of a particular class or of the whole classes from class 8, 9, 10 like that. If that is the goal of the organization, you are all the members, teachers are the members, headmaster is the head, is the head, HM is the headmaster or headmistress, HM is the leader. Now you contribute, you say, sir, if we want to achieve this goal, this might be the problem. Now what is your problem? Now, sir, we want 90% result performance, but there are many students below standard students securing less than 40%. How is it possible to say that 90% result? So better 60% students should secure A grade, something like that. Okay. Now you are talking about problems. After the problem is identified, or problems are identified, then next step of your team building is collecting information, data. This is the you must know if this is the problem, what are the reasons for this problem? Then data feedback and confrontation. Now you have to collect data to get feedback. You can ask the students, mind the students, what your mark, how much mark you have secured. Now 70%. Do you want to increase your mark? How can you do? How much time you can spend? With which teacher you want to contact? Which subject is difficult for you? Like that. So you are getting feedback. Knowledge of feedback means knowledge of result. If this is a problem and we want, let not the problem continue. The problem should be solved. That is the goal. So therefore, we get feedback. We take the stock of situation. So therefore, nowadays, you must have heard SWOT analysis. Anybody of you? Anyone of you know SWOT analysis? SWOT.
So strength, weakness, opportunity, threat.
Right. So strength. Some student, for example, no student is known. Every student is fun. For example, ability is distributed equally. You can say you can more. It is a matter of degree. Ability is distributed. You are more able, I am less able, but ability is there. So the teacher should consider what are the strengths of this boy. This student is not doing well in mathematics, not doing well in English. For example, academically, that student is not good, not bright. But you can identify what are the strengths. He can become a good player, football player. He is playing well in cricket. He is a good dancer, something like that. So identify, discover what are the strengths and hammer that strength. That will give a confidence to the learner. Sir, all right, you cannot do well here. You can show your talent there. You must have heard the story of Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar was not a good student. He was a common student. He was not a good student. His father was a professor. His elder brother was a medicine practitioner, medical professor, foreign country, America. But he was not a good student. Therefore, his father being a professor, he was very much worried about Sachin Tendulkar. But Tendulkar once said, I'll show you that I am better than your first son, my elder brother. I may not be a doctor. But now he could become a good cricketer. So anything you do, my point is, anything you do, but show your excellence. You may be a good poet, you may be a good orator, you may be a good academic achiever, you may be a good football player, you may be a good writer, something like that. Not necessarily that you should be a good achiever. So therefore, we want, the goal of the organization is let the students excel in different walks of life, in different fields of life, academic, non-academic. For example, in your continuous and comprehensive evaluation, we have to assess, you have to evaluate. There are 4 areas. Tapan, can you tell me what are the 4 areas which can be assessed? It has been suggested in your CC, curricular area, other curricular area, curricular activities, and socio-personal quality. So these are the 4 areas. For example, there are many students, just example, hypothetical. There are many students, academically very sound, 99%, but very unsystematic, not cooperative, unsocial. They have not come there. Personal qualities are very poor. They are not sincere, but something like that. But academically very strong. Whereas another student may be securing 50%, 45%, very honest, value-based, sincere, cooperative, fellow feeling, something like democratic. Just see. So therefore, there are different areas. The goal of the organization is let the student excel in his or her own area, concerned area, respective area, like that. So therefore, we must require feedback. Another problem, another process is of team building is problem solving experience. Definitely, life is beset with problems. So sometimes as a teacher, I have seen the students, they do not have very, sometimes they have problems. They do not talk among themselves. There is groupism. As a teacher, we have to solve this. Then I thought how to solve the problem. Once I was the warden, superintendent of hostel, there was a groupism among the students. Then I tried to solve the problem, but the students were not, the hostel students were not in agreement. So I said, life is full of problems. Life minus problem is equal to curry minus salt. Life minus problem is equal to curry minus salt. That means जो जीवन समस्या विहीन से जीवन केमिति ना अलना तरकारी भलिया तरकारी जिमि लुण न पड़ले स्वाद लागे नहीं. If the life does not have any problem, the life is not tasteless. So therefore, when you have the problem, you know how to solve the problem. When you are solving the problem, who is solving? The organism, the individual. When the organism is solving the problem, it is not one-day business. To solve a problem requires some kind of thinking, or problem solving necessitates the use of different cognitive processes, also non-cognitive. So how to, for example, you are in the hostel. I still remember when I was in the hostel, my money order did not reach in time. My brother was sending money. So in the hostel, my name was cut. So I was not allowed to take my meal. So I was not trying. So I was making alternate choice. So how to deposit money so that my name will be there and I will get my food. So I collect money on the borrowing basis from my friends. The moment I got the money, I refund. So therefore, life is full of problems. Maybe financial problem, maybe personal problem, maybe administrative problem, maybe management problem. Many problems are there, but we have to solve. So therefore, we require friends. A friend in need, a friend in need. Therefore, a group of people are there. If you have a relationship with them, then the problem they can suggest something if they are good friends. So you have to experience. So when you are solving the problem, a lot of experience that will give you better insight to your life. The problem solving will give you a better avenue, a new platform to your life. Anyhow, so now when in the group members are there, you are a member, then problems are there, you are solving your problems by sharing your exchanging your ideas. Then on the job application, and then when you are in the job, when you are a member of the group, then what has happened, what is not happening, that you can understand and you can follow up why it is not happening. Then types of, another is your types of team building in page 32. One is, there are 4 types of team building. That means one is role definition. So the role definition perspective examines role expectation among team members. You are a member of the group, team. What is your role? What is your responsibility? So therefore, as a participant, you can discuss, sir, what is my friend? What is my role? We are 10 members in the team. What is my role? What is his role? What is her role? So now, when the role is assigned, you can develop a perception. Oh, if this is my role, what can I do? Where can I? What are the sources of doing all this? So like that, you can think of. Then another is your interpersonal process. Interpersonal. One is intrapersonal, but here it is interpersonal, among the person, not within. This member and that member with this member, they are interacting. So making partner, you are making chit chat, you are dialoguing, wild games, rough games, you are playing, you are communicating with each other, making chit chat. That is your, how you are forming. I'm going chaha khoti. Chaha dukan se basi chaha pe khoti marte. It is also a group. It is that kind interpersonal process. Goal setting. On the basis of the goal, we are members. For example, we are retired teachers. Our goal is how to get our retirement benefit in time, how to get our pension in time. But those who are in job, they are not our members. We only retired teachers. So therefore, as a team building strategy, goal setting involves clarifying the team's performance, how to achieve the goal, what you to do, what I am to do, how much time it will take. So like that. Then problem solving, another type of team building. This type means problem solving team building examines the team's tasks related to decision making process and identifies ways to make it more effective. Now, you have to make many decisions. Definitely, when there is a question of attainment of goal, definitely decisions have to be taken. Decision is not one. Many, when the problem needs to be solved, when the goal is to achieve, there are 10 members. You say something, I say something, somebody say something. So there are many decisions. Now, all the team members sit together. We can have a consensus. All right. All these cannot be taken care of. Only 1 or 2 situations can be taken care of so that we can solve a problem. So this is better. This can be a help. Through this, we can solve the problem. Next is your factors of effective team. So how can you make the team effective? For example, sometimes members are there, but nobody is working. Members are there. They have been assigned the roles and responsibility. Yes. Preeti Singh, is there any problem? Do you want to ask any question?
No,
any
sir. Again, I join a little.
Oh,
sir, I just join a little.
Very good. So now, therefore, every member of the group wants that let the goal be achieved effectively. To achieve the common goals, a team needs to be effective. So what are the factors? One is supportive environment. If the environment, because you are a member of the group, if the other members do not support you, if the head did not support you, for example, you are all science teachers. So in a cluster situation, all the science teachers have decided to do something innovative idea in science, and therefore 5 to 10 days they will not come to school. Those science teachers in the team, when they go for taking the permission from the BO or DO, the DO says, for example, I do not know, hypothetical, DO or the BO concern, they say, no, you complete a course. That means this is not the supportive environment. If the environment does not, if the surrounding does not, that surrounding means either manpower or material power, and you want to do your science experimentation or science exhibition, funds are not made available. You cannot spend money from your own pocket. Had it been 5 to 10, 100, you can. But for conducting science exhibition, something, thousands and thousands of rupees are essential. So this is also to be supported. Another is your appropriate skills and role clarity. So when you have been assigned the duty, responsibility, you are agreed to take on ownership. But now you ask, are you capable of doing all this? Do you possess the competencies required for undertaking the activity? If not, don't take. So therefore, on the basis of the skills of the member of the group, task should be given or responsibility should be given. Then when the role is given, all right, you are able, capable, you are proficient. Now you will be told by the other members or by the group head of the team that you are very capable, but time is very short, funds are limited, you cannot continue the project for some long time. So as quick as possible, you should complete. So therefore, your role is like this. Now you are clear. Oh, within 5 days, within 10 days, within a week, I have to complete this. The fund is like this. I have to take the help of these people. So like that. Then superordinate goal. That means something very high, which is a higher goal. Sometimes you are not satisfied with small goals. You say, no, my expectation is like this. For example, some teachers, as a member of the group, say, now this time we should have 90% result or 80% result. Then you can say superordinate goal, say, no, 100%. But you must see how capable you are. Is it possible on your part? Like that. Then team rewards. So when you are working in the team is formed. If the responsibilities, role undertaken by the teachers is quite German, quite significant, and the goal is achieved before the time or in time, is it not the responsibility of the head, either headmaster or headmistress, to recognize, yes, I am proud of my teachers. You have taken a lot of pain for which this has been achieved. For example, sometimes the school is getting prize for some reason. Sometimes the school is recognized. It is the best school. It is a good school, like that. So therefore, the headmaster is felicitated. The school is given the certificate. So this is not the one man's business. It is due to the teamwork. Now the teacher will appreciate my team members. I am proud of you. My school had achieved this, and therefore the credit goes to you all. So therefore, the team members, they get elated. What do you mean elated? Expanded. They get very happy, like that. But when you are working in the team, there are certain problems. The problems are talked, like the teams are not needed. Sometimes. Sometimes we need. There are some situations where teamwork is not required. So sometimes even an individual can do what is the necessity of many people. Similarly, teams take time to develop and maintain. So when you are going to form a team, it is not one day business. It will take some day time, but time is very short. Then another problem is organization do not provide suitable environment. When you say, sir, we is 5 to 7 teachers, we want to do like this, we want to do like this, the headmaster may not permit you. No, it is not possible to do all this in the school. That is a problem. Then social loafing means spend time idle. Sometimes we are spending time idle, and therefore we do not give much time to the teamwork. So these are the different problems of team. So with these words, I can say unit 2 is complete. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I have told you, when we are talking about organization or organizational goal, definitely the members are responsible for all this. Now the question is, what kind of members in the team? The members who are motivated, the members who are energized, the members who are interested, the members who are involved, these kind of members of the team can help us in the materialization of the goal, in the achievement of goal. Therefore, members should be motivated. There should be motivation. Therefore, motivation is a concept which has been well talked about in Unit 3. Unit 3 is about motivation, concept, need, and importance. Now, can you tell me what is motivation? The basic German, the basic genesis of your motivation is why. Why? For example, somebody may ask you, why are you doing MA education through IGNOU? You are a teacher. You are not a teacher. So there is some motivating forces. Somebody may say, if I do MA education, I am doing my MA education through IGNOU because I am working. So I cannot leave the job. So I will do my job. I will get my salary. Also, I want to upgrade my knowledge. Therefore, I am doing my MA education. So through the knowledge, we call it input. So through the input, I can facilitate the learner's development, learner's progress. I can have more knowledge acquisition. That knowledge acquisition can help me in the classroom transaction. Somebody may say, I am motivated to do the MA education because I want to become a lecturer. I want to become an OES officer. MA education can help you like that. So that is how you are motivated to work. Therefore, I will not go in detail. The term motivation is derived from Latin word movior, which means move. You are moving. You are going forward. You are energized. Therefore, you are doing. If you are not motivated, you will not do anything else. It is not there. It is there. For example, Hodge and Johnson said, motivation in organization setting refers to the willingness of an individual to react to organization requirement. When you are motivated, you can see what I can do for my organization as a member so that goals can be achieved. If you are motivated, you can do. If you are not motivated, how can you be motivated? Sometimes you are recognition. Sometimes you are estimated very high. Sometimes you are appreciated, your work is appreciated. Sometimes you are given financial benefit. Therefore, your involvement is more. Therefore, in each activity, there is a driving force which is known as motive. Motivation is a condition which increases the vigor of activity. That means earlier you were not interested to do. Now you are doing because you are motivated. According to Lindsley, it is not there. I have collected from books. Lindsley, what is motivation? According to Lindsley, motivation is a combination of forces which initiate and sustain behavior. So what is motivation? Motivation is a combination of forces which initiate and sustain behavior. Once the work started, it will continue, sustain, remain. Not that today you will do, tomorrow you will not do. I will give one example of my situation. When, of course, this might be like with you. You just recall your childhood stage. When you were studying in class 5, class 3, class 4, primary schools. Because my father was a teacher, primary school teacher. So I was not interested to go to school. My school was 2 or 3 kilometers away from my home. I was not interested to go home. Then my father, sometimes my mother, they used to give me a piece of chocolate. If you want to go to school, if you go to school, not one, if you go to school, you will be given a piece of chocolate. So, no, I was not interested. To get a piece of chocolate, I started going to school. I started going to school. So this process continues. I was not interested for my academic pursuit. I was interested for chocolate. After some days, 2 months, 3 months, the parents refuse to give the piece of chocolate. Papa कही कि माँ कहले कि ना chocolate दिया बनी. You to school जागी ना जा. But I continue to go to school. Why? I could understand, of course, not academic. I could understand that my friends are there. I am getting time to play with them. My teacher is recognize me. The school is a place where the environment is like that. The environment is very soothing, amicable. My teacher is appreciating me. I am participating in different activities. I may be doing well in academics or not. So that has become a condition, either physical condition or psychological condition. Psychological condition, mental attitude. Your mentally, your mental set is developed. Physical means the environment of school, the kind of situation, the play activities, the blackboard, the building, the pictures, like that. Put together. Therefore, all these have motivated me to go to school. Similar might be the example. ମୁଁ ଜାଣି ନାହିଁ ତମମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ କେ ବି ପ୍ରାଇମେରୀ ସ୍କୁଲରେ ଛୋଟ ପିଲା ବେଳେ ସ୍କୁଲ ଯିବାକୁ ଇଚ୍ଛା ନଥିବ ମା ବାପା ମାନେ କହୁଥିବେ ବେଳେ ବେଳେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ବେଳେ ବେଳେ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ କୁହାଯାଏ ମା ବାପା କହନ୍ତି ତୁ ଯଦି ମେଟ୍ରିକର 90% ରଖିବୁ 10th କ୍ଲାସରେ ତତେ ଗୋଟେ ସାଇକେଲ କିଣିଦେବୁ ଆଜିକାଲି ତ ପିଲାଙ୍କ ସାଇକେଲ ସ୍କୁଟି ଆମ ସମୟରେ ସାଇକେଲଟା ବହୁତ ବଡ ଜିନିଷ ସ୍କୁଟି ୱାଜ ଏ ଫରେନ୍ ଆମ ସମୟରେ ସ୍କୁଟି ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ବିଦେଶୀ ଜିନିଷ ମାନେ ବଡ ବଡ ଜିନିଷ ଆଜିକାଲି କମନ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ଆଜିକାଲି ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ବାପା ମୁଁ ଯଦି 90% ରଖିବି ମତେ କଣ ଦବ ଗୋଟେ ସ୍କୁଟି ତ ଦବ ତ like that if the parents say yes na day and night spoiling the midnight oil you are reading studying to get to secure 90% so that you can get a scooty that is motivating force. Similarly Sorenson he said motivation is a psychological and physical condition that causes one to expand effort to satisfy needs or wants. You have a need. Everybody has a need. Maybe psychological need or physical need. For example, physiological need, food, shelter, roti, kapda, makan. To get to construct my home, to have a home. I am a teacher, working as a teacher. Also engage in some other activity to get money. Now why? Somebody may ask you, why? Now I want to construct a house. It costs 30 lakh, 20 lakh, 50 lakh. So my salary is not sufficient. So I am doing some overtime or something extra time I am spending to earn money. But I am not doing something wrong. So like that. So therefore, construction of home, to have your own home, that has motivated you to engage yourself in earning money, to get a cycle which has been promised by your parents. You are trying your best to secure 90%. That getting a cycle has motivated you to study well and get to secure 90%. So these are motivation. Similarly, Johnson, motivation is the influence of general pattern of activity indicating and directing the behavior of the organism. That means that motivation energizes you. Once you are motivated, you will not withdraw yourself from that activity. That means you are once you have started singing, once you have started dancing, you will continue and you will get very happiness from that. So therefore, that is what we call functional autonomy. Functional autonomy. That means once you are motivated, it will stop. It will not stop. It will continue. It will persist. So therefore, that is what we call sustainability. So this is what motivation is. Is it clear? Concept of motivation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tapan Kumar, if I ask you, what motivates you not to marry? For example, the answer may be, sir, it is not my age. I want to be a
family pressure because sir एटा कहि परिबा कि कारण फैमिली पे ओडे कंडीशन थाए तो अभी पाठ पढिबाटा बेटर मो पे
हां or मु अपोजिट कर दूच you are a student but you are married. What motivates you? Like that, something like that. So there are certain factors, maybe psychological factor, maybe physical factor, doesn't matter. Now, categories of motives may be physiological, maybe socio-psychological, maybe general. For example, food, clothing, shelter, physiological. Your body, physiology means your body is to be sustained. So food is essential, like that. Similarly, socio-psychological. For example, some social reasons are there. For example, recognition. If you are doing well, in my time, best 10th, metric रे जो माने प्रथम 10 जन भीतर थिला तांग नाम बारला फोटो बारला ता कि दिन पर बेस्ट 100 आ आजकल नाही जते बेस्ट 10 होतला मो भाई कहउथले मो भाई को तांग समय रे जो माने फर्स्ट क्लास पाउते तांग ना पेपर बारला मो बापा कहउथले जे तांक से होतन मैट्रिक 1956 मसिया रे 52 1953 मसिया रे से को तांक समय जे सेकंड क्लास पाउतला जे मैट्रिक पास करते ना बारला. So that was a kind of recognition, social. Oh, से फोटी में मैट्रिक पास कला कहा पहुंचे हैं भलो पिलाटा एबे दे पास करे नो 99%. Oh, very good student. Recognition. Psychological, safety, security, like that. Similar, sometimes general motive, competence, manipulation. So for example, you are competent in organizing activities. Your teacher praises you. Oh, what a leadership quality you have. You are the monitor in the class. None else you. Why? You have that capacity. You can lead this class. You are monitor. Therefore, you feel proud. So therefore, it motivates you to work. Therefore, when you are motivated, the question is what makes you too motivated? What makes one get motivated? Definitely need. Definitely need. For example, if you have, there are many things, time is not there. If you have minorly observed the ant, small ant, Chota Pimpudi, they every day they are engaged in collecting food. Collecting food. That means they believe in savings. They have a very, I understand, the ants have very futuristic outlook. भविष्य ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ବ୍ୟଥିତ ଚିନ୍ତିତ ଆମର 50 টাকা ମିଳିଲେ ଖାଇ ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚ ଭବିଷ୍ୟତ କିଏ ଦେଖିଛି future is unpredictable, future is not certain. We must live for today. No, also we must think କାଲି କି ଦେହ ଖରାପ ହେଇ ଯାଇ ପାରେ, something like that. Let us save something. So there is a need is the primary condition of motivation. Had there been no need, had there been no one, you are not motivated. For example, Tapan is doing, as I understand, Tapan is doing B.Ed. Also, side by side, he is doing MA, education through IGNOU. Why? There is some need. There is some need. What is need? By the time, I understand, I do not know, let me, Tapan, let you correct me. He might have thought, this is hypothetical, he might have thought, by the time 2 years, I might be completing B.Ed. By that time, I will be completing MA education. So I will be eligible for OES. I will be eligible for assistant professor in B.Ed colleges. I will be eligible for this and that. Am I right or wrong, Tapan?
Sir, more fast, माने MA education पे बहुत से था तो मु ओडिशा जो common interest ला पिजो जाइतली तो rank 4 ला रेवेन्सा रे admission करतली केतळे RIB result बाहरला
like that, because time is not there. So this is how rigid. So MA education, when he was continuing, he has some background knowledge. So now which that will help him. And when he become the MA education completed, then he will have more knowledge about education. Anyhow, that is the need. And that need is the basis of your motivation. Another one term is drive. For example, let me give you an example, then you can understand. Food and hunger. Why did you require food? There is hunger. You are hungry, there is food. So hunger is the drive, and food is the need. So food necessitates you. Hunger necessitates you to get food. So hunger is the drive and food is the motivation. Need. So therefore, drive takes you to food. Because of drive, hunger, you are requiring food. So therefore, need and drive, they are related to each other. Why? There is a goal. Goal is to be achieved. Goal is to get happy. Unless and until you have a भोक लाଗୁଛି खाद्य नहीं खाद्य न खाइले कौन तो पाठ पढ़ी. Goal is to, for example, the goal is to continue study. Goal is to achieve excellence. So how can you excel? How can you become excellent? So when your need is satisfied, so need, drive, and goal, they are related with each other. Therefore, one of the philosophies, one of the philosophical doctrines is your existentialism. Existentialism. So they said, existence precedes essence. We have to exist first, then essence. मुझे बंचे तापर मुझे वैज्ञानिक के इंजीनियर मुझे इंजीनियर है भी खाया नथी वो खाई खाव नथी इंजीनियर है भी. So existence precedes essence. Exist precedes means first is existence, then essence. मु जने उच्च कोटिर शिक्षक कुछ 15 दिन खाया को नहीं कि उच्च कोटिर शिक्षक हो आगे खाओ आगे बंचो तापर उच्च कोटिर शिक्षक हो. So that is what your existentialist said. One of the existentialists, it is not here, but I am telling you, you must understand. One of the existentialistic is your Jean-Paul Sartre. Jean-Paul Sartre. He talks about being and nothingness. Being and nothingness. To be or not to be. Hamlet, Shakespeare. To be or not to be. For example, you ask yourself, I want to be or not to be. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an OS officer. I want to be a good teacher. I want to be a good member. If you want, then work like your that will drive you to achieve the goal, because that is your need. Your need is to become a doctor, to become a lecturer, to become a teacher. Therefore, that creates some conditions that energize you to do something. Anyhow, so there are different theories of motivation. Basically, there are two theories, because the theories they explain how one is motivated. One is your content theory of motivation, another is your process theory of motivation. The content theory of motivation mainly focus on the internal factors that energize and direct human behavior, like Maslow need the theory, like that we will discuss. So the content theory talks about internal factors, while the process theory talks about the opportunity thought process. So a process theory is another type of motivation theory. Process theory of motivation provides an opportunity to understand the thought processes that influence behavior. So why are you thinking to do MA education? No, I want to become a OS officer. But the content theory say internal process. Are you intelligent? Are you creative? Something like that. We'll come to discuss. So let us come to discuss the content theories. Maslow, one. So he talks about, we call it hierarchy theory of needs. So because need is the root cause of motivation. Had there been no need, there is no motivation. For example, what motivated you to do your MA education? The need is there. What is the need? I will be a teacher, I will be a lecturer, I will be, may not be a lecturer, may not be a professor, but I want to have more knowledge, like that. So Maslow talks about, so first is your physiological needs, then security need, then affiliation or acceptance needs, esteem needs, and need for self-actualization. All these needs are rooted at the root cause of motivation. Already I have told you, physiological need, sleep, shelter, warmth, water, food, like that. These are minimum basic requirements so that your body can function well. Then second is security need. If you are not given safety, if you are not psychological safe, nothing will happen. So however you are motivated, for example, you are motivated, you must have heard the life story of your Socrates. Socrates was killed. Socrates was given hemlock poison and he was killed. He was telling the truth, but the then king, he was not in a mood to accept. So the king thought that this man is giving the young masses wrong messages. Therefore, he was killed. So therefore, security is more important. Safety. You must be out of fear. When you are doing something, you should not fear. You must be independent so that you can do better. Another is affiliation. As a social human being, we need some acceptance. We need some kind of togetherness. We need some kind of belongingness. Otherwise, nothing will happen. Similarly, another is esteem needs. You are estimated very high. So therefore, power, prestige, self-confidence, that will help you to estimate something great. For example, there is Sugandha, somebody will say, why do you feel like this? Now I feel I am very great. I feel I am educated. I feel I am intelligent. So that gives you confidence, estimate. So people will estimate you very high. They need for, this is the high, according to Maslow, self-actualization. That means what capability you have. If that is achieved, then it is a state of happiness. According to Maslow, the highest need is your self-actualization. What is this? It is the desire to become what one is capable of becoming to maximize one's potential and to accomplish something. You want to become, you are capable. You want to become that. But if you are not given the opportunity, you will feel harassed. So therefore, if a student is capable of doing that and opportunity is given, then the kind of happiness, the kind of satisfaction which that student gets, that is self-actualization. Because you are capable and it is possible. So desire to become what one is capable of becoming to maximize one. तम भीतर अच्छी से पोटेंशियलिटी तुमको सुजोग दिया धरी नियो तमे स्कूल रे भलो कहि पारुछ स्टेट लेवल आइला जे तुम स्कूल को जे तुमर जे भलो डिबेटर ताको पठाओ से स्टेट लेवल भाग नबो तमे भलो डिबेटर कि तुमको पठाओ यू आर कैपेबल ऑफ बट ड्यू टू सम पॉलिटिक्स somebody else was, because he was the son of sarpanch or MLA, so he was sent. So how do you feel? Oh, my ability is not recognized. So you feel frustrated. So whatever one is capable of, if the opportunity is given to achieve that, then self-actualization happens. So this is what is your self-actualization. That's the highest. Then another theory is your Adler's elder first ERG. What is ERG? Existence needs, related needs, growth needs. Already I told you, no, I will not talk about. Everybody want to exist, physical well-being. When you are physically well-being, then that is not sufficient. You are a member, you are a human being. You want to remain with others. You are not isolated. You remain with your family members, with villagers, with countrymen. Then therefore you are related. So when all this happens, then you are developing and you feel happy. Similarly, another theory is Machiavellian. So he talks about need achievement. When your need for power, need for affiliation, need for achievement, all are fulfilled, then you are motivated to do all this. So the last para in your page 42, please look at 42, last para. Machiavellian theory implies that managers or principals or headmasters with high achievement motivation may set high standards of performance for themselves. When you expect high achievement, your standards will be high. खाली कही देले बड़ कथा 90% रखले तमरे 9% रखे पई तो एबिलिटी दरकार ना. So like that. Then another is your Hertzberg's theory. So he talks about two things: hygiene factors, another is motivators. So for example, he has given the example for your understanding. A very good example is the decent working conditions, security pay benefit, company policies, healthy interpersonal relationship. If all these are there, these factors will lead you to get motivated. Another is your motivators. Which are the example are intellectual curiosity, fulfillment, creativity, aesthetic appreciation, etc. So therefore, if you are doing something good thing, and if your teachers or your parents or your headmaster appreciate, then you will feel motivated. Another theory is equity theory. In page 43, equity theory. It refers to the individual's subjective judgment about the equity or fairness. Fairness of the reward they got in relationship to input, which include many factors, for example, effort, experience, education. I mean, the essential aspect of the equity theory may be as follows. It is given now, equity theory. Outcomes by, this is the formula. Outcomes by a person, by inputs by a person is equal to outcomes by another person, by input by another person. That means whatever outcomes you have, it is because of the situation, input. तमें 95% रखिलो काहे के तुम्हें इंटेलिजेंट तुमको ट्यूशन दियाला कोचिंग दियाला मु 80% रखिले मो ट्यूशन नाही किछ दैट्स देयरफॉर इट शुड नॉट बी I should not be equated with you. I should be equated with my situation. So therefore, according to the third paragraph in page 44, according to the equity theory, based on the work of Adams, worker compare the reward potential to the effort they must expend. For example, I am doing better, I must get better. You are doing less, you must get less. So therefore, equality exists when workers perceive that their rewards equal efforts. That means, for example, you are doing 5 hours a day, you are getting 500. I am doing 9 hours a day, 900. You cannot say, no, I am getting 500. Why should you get 900? No, I am working for 9 hours. You work for 9 hours, you will get 900. So therefore, equality exists when workers perceive the rewards equal with equal effort, according to your effort. So that is given there. I will not discuss. In page 45, the last paragraph, therefore, to motivate staff members, that is more important. To motivate staff members and teachers, managers, principal must strengthen employees' participations of their efforts as much as possible. Now the question is, sometimes many things are given. You have demanded these conditions fulfilled, but people are not working. So therefore, the more important is the head, the principal, the headmasters, they should strengthen employees' participation of that. That means whatever capability you have, the head will give you opportunity to make use of that effort. Another is your reinforcement theory. There are Thorndike. It is based on law of effect. That means you are doing something. If the effect is positive, then it reinforces you to do something better.
Sir,
for example,
sir,
please.
Reinforcement theory given by Skinner.
No, here it is reinforcement theory is not given. Operant conditioning is given by Skinner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Operant conditioning theory, on the basis of operant conditioning, the learning type of learning comes. What is that?
Operant conditioning Thorndike.
No, operant conditioning not Thorndike. Operant condition, that is classical conditioning. Operant conditioning is given by Skinner.
Skinner, sir, B.F. Skinner.
Yes, sir, Skinner.
Bandura F. Skinner. And on the basis of that, Skinner has developed the
operant conditioning theory.
No. That is just development of self-instruction material. That is your linear programming. Linear programming of learning. Linear programming. Anyhow, reinforcement is a part of that conditioning. Operant condition means your operation is conditioned if you are reinforced, if your behavior is strengthened. So reinforcement is strengthening your reinforcement is a question of strengthening your behavior. Now it is given here either positive or negative. Positive reinforcement rewards the desired behavior. तमे भल पढ़िल प्राइज दिया गला, तमे भल कहिल सर्टिफिकेट दिया गला. That is positive. Avoidance means if an employee does not engage in proper behavior, he will not receive any recognition. You are the headmaster, you are the teacher, I am the teacher. If the headmaster feels this teacher is not doing well, don't recognize. Another is extinction, ignore. Sometimes you are working as a teacher. In the class, you are teaching very nicely. But there are one or two students, they are not attentive. They want to act out to get attention. So avoid it. So avoid, that is extinction. Punishment, threat, docking pay, that means the pay should be cut, then suspension, suspend, something like that. These are the punishments so that others will not be doing that. They will be motivated to do all this. Now this reinforcement theory has the following implication for management. Now the question is, why should you know reinforcement theory of motivation? That is implication for management. That will help you. Learning what is acceptable for number one. Learning what is acceptable to the organization influences motivated behavior. So like that, I will not talk about because it will take time. Then another theory is goal setting theory. That means this was popularized by Locke. So his according to Locke, this introduction of goal setting theory proposed by Locke intended to work towards a goal is a major source of work motivation. When you have the goal, that goal forces you to work, that motivates you to work, that energizes you to work. So goal is the core concept. So there are different factors. He talked about the employee must be committed to the goal. Just goal setting is not important. You must be committed. Otherwise, how can the goal be achieved? The employee must believe that yes, we can achieve the goal. Task involvement, whatever task is given, you must do. The goal setting theory is culture bound. It differs from culture to culture. Indian culture like this. For example, you will achieve the goal. You will achieve the goal. For example, you are a teacher teaching in class 2 multiplication. In an Indian situation, you are an Indian teacher. You are teaching multiplication. For example, you are teaching, my dear student, every day you are speaking 5 lies. तमे प्रतिदिन 5टी मिछ कुह. सप्ताह करे केतेटी मिछ कहबो ना 5 गुणन सप्ताह के 7 दिन 7 पंता 35 टी मिछ कहबी. But this is not Indian, this is not culture bound. Somebody may ask you, आपण कोन करछुंती ना मु गुणन सिखौची ना पिला गुणन सिखिबोनी पिला सिखबो कोन केते मिछ कहबी. सेठ सर ताकू कह जीव ना सर आपण इमिति कहउना ना कोन ना प्रत्येक दिन पिलाटी को ता बापा 5 टका दियंती ताने सप्ताह को ता बापा केते टका देले ना 75 टका 7 पंता 35 टका. जदि तमे दिन को 10 टका संचय करो तम बापा तो 20 टका खर्च कर दी तुम 10 टका खर्च कला 10 टका खर्च कलनी 10 टका संचय कल मास को केते टका संचय करिवो ना 10 गुणन 30 टका. That means you are teaching multiplication, but it is culture bound. Indian culture does not inspire the student to become liar. आम भारत संस्कृति परंपरा कहूनी पिला माने मिछ कहंतु मिछ शिखंतु. तमे तो गुणन शिखौछ तमे काई मिछ कथा को ताकू इंटीग्रेशन करूछो. आमे कहतो blended learning. Don't blend. It should be blended with value. So our education should be value based. Therefore, goal setting theory is culture bound. We cannot do away with culture. आमे culture को छाड़ी पाठ पढ़ी परिबा नाही. Culture basis से शिक्षा ध्यान दिया जीवो. ता बुझलो कि नहीं? So this is all about your motivation. Then last, because time is very short, last unit is your self management vis-a-vis simultaneously side by side educational management. Unless you manage yourself, simply I can say, because you are a member of the team want to achieve the goal. If the members of the team is not managing, if each member, individual member, you should manage yourself, I must manage myself, means what? You are managing your own problems. You are managing your own system. So like that, we'll discuss. For example, you are a teacher, but you have family problem, you have administrative problem. Besides that, in spite of that, you have to manage. Why? Goal is common goal. You are working for common goal. You are a member. Therefore, self-management is essential. Self-management, page 51. Self-management is the 4.3. Self-management is the ability to manage your personal reactions to responsibilities and challenges in work and life. You should have your personal reactions, your personal responsibilities. You manage yourself, but you have to work for the team. So that your personal frustration, your personal affairs, that should not interfere in the goal of in the achievement of the goal. In the working conditions, they should not influence. Therefore, you should manage. समस्या अच्छी किंतु से समस्या को तुम मैनेज करिवो जा फलर कि तुम फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हेबो नाही एवं स्कूल सिचुएशन ले बा कोन कंडीशन ले तुम काम करिवो ना. फॉर एग्जांपल, a list is given. Let us think about the qualities one should have for a better self management. How can you manage yourself? Time management, priority. For example, how you are, for example, you are a teacher, you are a member of the team, you are a housewife, you have your children, you have your families. So family life, school life. So you have to manage time from 10 to 4 in the school. Within the school, you are working, you are teaching, and also you are working as a member of the team, doing something for achievement of goal. So you have to manage time. Then prioritize activity and task. Which priority means priority. This is important, this is less important. Today I will do this, tomorrow I will do this. So prioritize. Then have confidence in self. Yes, I can do. Yes, it is possible. So therefore, Full's dictionary. And no is a word which is found in Full's dictionary. No, you must have heard. And no, Abdul Kalam, the president of India, Abdul Kalam, he said, what is the meaning of no? He said, can anyone tell me? No means next, N means next, O means opportunity, next opportunity. If it is not, when somebody says, no, you cannot do, no, it is not possible. Now, that means you should take it as a challenge. Oh, he said no to me. This is the challenge for me. Next opportunity, when next time it will come, I will show. For example, you want to become the hero in the school annual drama. After the audition, you are said, no, you cannot become hero. Now, you take it to your soul. All right, this time I have been said no. This is a challenge. Next time, I will do in such a manner, I will be accepted. So next time, you are preparing for after 1 year, and next time you will be accepted. So next opportunity. Also, he said fail. F-I-L, fail. He failed. 9. First attempt in learning. F-A-I-L. First, A means attempt, I in, L means learning. First attempt learning. The first time. Second, third point. There are many opportunities. There are many possibilities. Like that. Anyhow. Accept challenges, have confidence, ready to experiment. So always we must be ready. Anything, whatever is coming, I will accept it. Experiment. Therefore, my experiments with truth. Who said? Whose book?
Gandhi.
Gandhi. So he was experimenting. Similarly, you should experiment. School is a laboratory. Who said? School is a laboratory. John Dewey. So ability to take decision. So you have to take decision. Whether, for example, when the parents say, would you like to marry this year? No, you take decision. No. Decision is yours. Do you want to continue MES education through IGNO? Let me tell my father. No, you take decision. Decision taking is yours. Ability to negotiate, how to interact, how to negotiate, how to make talking. Ability to accept constructive criticism. If somebody criticizes you, take it positively. All right. there is some problem with me. So next time I will do better so that nobody will criticize me. Be democratic in action. Democratic means give opportunity to everybody. Feel everybody as yours. So respect individual dignity. Accept change as an integral part of change is the law of nature. So therefore, for example, nowadays students attitude changing. You cannot say no, why it is like that? Nah? So you accept, yes, this is the time of this is the hour, time of the hour. So we must accept it. Then adapt to innovation. New practices are coming. We must accept it so that we can manage. It is given in the skills required by an individual for self-management are known as background skill. So those skills which are helping the individual to manage to different situations, that is known as background skills like reflection, self-awareness, planning and monitoring, time management, flexibility, self-appraisal. All these are given under the figure 4.1 personal skills like self-management, reflection, self-awareness, planning, monitoring, time management, flexibility, self-appraisal, independent learning, planning, monitoring, time management, flexibility, like that. Personal goal skills, personal skill, goal setting. So all these are required for self-management. For example, just I will take 1 minute. Reflection, contemplating on past experience. So whenever you are doing, you are asking, last time I was doing like this, I could not get success, our goal was not achieved. So let us change this. So now you are reflecting. Self-awareness, the perception of your skill. You must know what you are, what ability you have. Then accordingly, you have to plan a detailed development, detailed real strategy to solve. How to solve your problem? You are making a plan. Then how much time it will take? Time is not sufficient. Time is not abundant. So within the limited time, you have to complete. So you must take about the time concept. Then self-appraisal. You ask yourself. You make an assessment. So objective analysis is required. Now, why is self-management important? Because unless you are managing yourself, you are a member, you cannot help in the attainment of the goal. You cannot contribute. Now, there are different techniques of self-management talked about in page 54. So, one of the technique is learn to cope with stress. See a counselor for assistance. For example, whenever you have some stress, whenever you are in a very tension mood, consult your superiors, consult your elders, experienced people, your teachers. They can suggest to develop your self-esteem. Yes, I can do. Yes, who said I cannot do? I can do. You estimate you must estimate yourself something great. That will give you self-confidence. That will boost you. Develop effective strategy to cope with conflict. So conflicts are there because when there are many options available. For example, you want to marry. 10 proposals are there. I mean, विवाह करिवो 10टा proposals कोन 10 नु बाह बनाय ता भीतर तो बाछिवो when 10टा प्रस्ताव जेकु बाहले भलता ताकु बाहले भलता ताकु बाहले भलता conflict होउछ नाही you have to decide. Develop a positive attitude to study. Whatever you study, you must develop. देखते पिला माने बेले बेले ए गणित कष्ट ए मु ताकु नेगेटिव एटीट्यूड नाही पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड गणित कष्ट इमिते पाठ पढी भी गणित भूल गणित भाबो से कष्ट मु काई कष्ट मते कष्ट नो like that. Be patient. Always keep the patience or have the patience. Reappraise your situation again, time and again you appraise like that. Then learn from feedback. So whenever you are working, many people might criticize you. Many people will maybe positively criticize, negatively. Then accept them. Then rearrange. Then maintain a healthy lifestyle. That is more important. Healthy life. What is healthy lifestyle? Healthy lifestyle means you should maintain the life as prescribed by philosophers or psychologists like that, or the physiologist. Pranam karo, exercise karo, morning walk karo, spiritual bohi pado, kamo karo, time bound huo, like that. Amite kondu jibana charya. Lifestyle, जीवन चर्चा जो you must have heard. हमरो रवि शंकर कहउछंती ତାଙ୍କର ରବିଶଙ୍କର ସେ କଣ କହିଲେ art of living this life is a living and that living is an art. You are living, I am living. You are living like a human being, I am living like an animal, like an animal. कौन animal कौन खाली खाइबे सोइबे ना. This is not the reason for which you are a human. Do something constructive work like that. Learn to manage your time better. How to manage your time? Make a plan. So, for example, from morning to evening, 12 hours, something like that. This much for my work, this much for my personal life. So manage yourself. Therefore, this self-management has an implication for your system of education. Therefore, this is that is not important. Then, beside this, your skills, personal skills, also certain social skills are required because you are a member. Also, you are a social human being. You are working in the group. Social skills are a group of skills which people need to interact and communicate with others. Definitely, you are a member of the society. Also, you are a member of the team. As a member of the team, you must know how to communicate, what language is to be used, what etiquette, what kind of interaction is required. Therefore, as a member, you must be skillful. Socially acceptable behavior must be reflected in your activity. So therefore, a social skill training program might include. Well, how can you develop your social skill? One training program can help you so that you can promote more productive interaction. Number one is adequate and positive interaction with other. What's the meaning of etiquette? Your acharan, something like your behavior. So, how to talk, how to be, we call it sarinata. Approaching others with socially acceptable ways. So, whenever somebody talks to you, you must smile, you must accept positively. How to request. For example, you want to say, hey, এটা করে দিও no. Oh brother, can you help me? Just telling like this, can you help me by providing this kind? So, request. How to make and keep friends, friendliness, sharing materials. So therefore, not only materials. When the things are shared, you feel better. It gives us a kind of satisfaction. Jete bantibo, sete kam jhuntibo. Jete bantibo, sete kam jhuntibo. Lokman appreciate karibe. Anyhow, appropriate classroom behavior. What are the appropriate classroom behavior? Because you are working in the classroom as a teacher, for the teacher. Work habit or academic survival skill. If you want to survive in the academic world as a teacher, you must improve upon. For example, this is the best way of looking at. In my time, in the mathematics, Vedic mathematics was not there. Nowadays, Vedic mathematics has been included. If I am teaching as a teacher, teaching mathematics, the student might ask me, sir, Vedic mathematics, tell us in detail. Can I say that in my time, Vedic mathematics was not in mathematics, so I have no knowledge? No. If I say like that, then you are a dead teacher. You are a dead teacher. So you must survive. So how can you survive? You must learn yourself. There are many sources. You can ask some people. You must get prepared. Therefore, you must consult with the different experts in mathematics. Sir, so what is something like that Vedic mathematics which is included recently? Or there are different orientation program, induction program you attend. Even Google, you can search something like that. You must upgrade yourself professionally. Listen. Another is your listening. Before listening, don't make any response. Attending to task, whatever task is given, you must do sincerely. Following direction, some direction will be given before doing your task activity. Some directions are given. Follow that direction. How to do seeking attention properly. So you must be attentive, accepting the consequence of one's behavior whenever you are behaving, whether it is positive or negative. If it is positive, what is the consequence? If it is negative, what is the consequence? You must be very well acquainted with that. Then better ways to handle frustration, anger. If you are because you are a member of the team, if you are frustrated, then you cannot work. If you cannot work, the achievement of goal is far away. So therefore, counting to 10 before reacting. When, for example, this is hypothetical. There are 10 members. One of the members says something which is not acceptable. But you cannot say, you are a scoundrel, idiot, nonsense. What? How can you say? How dare you say? No, don't say. So before talking like that, think 10, counting 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means take time before reacting. Don't make a reaction immediately. This is what we call, if you are making immediate reaction, we call it in psychology impulsive behavior. Impulsive. Without understanding, don't react. Distracting oneself to a pleasurable task. If that task does not give you pleasure, withdraw yourself. Go to shift to another task which gives pleasure. For example, पाठ पढ़े पढ़े एज ए टीचर पाठ पढ़े पढ़े ब्रेक लगला कौन करिवो ना टी टेनिस खेल दबा बा टी लाइब्रेरी कौन पढ़िया बा काई गपशप कर दबा समथिंग लाइक दैट बा चेस खेल दबा समथिंग लाइक दैट यूजिंग इंटरनल डायलॉग टू कूल oneself. तम निजु निजे इंटरनल डायलॉग मींस यू आर टॉकिंग काई डागली सिम डागी नथलो भलो हिथांता भल कहि गेला आ सेकंड टाइम करिबिनी एटा भूल हे इंटरनल डायलॉग यू आर आस्किंग you are talking to yourself. Then acceptable ways to resolve conflict with others. When there is conflict with others, how to resolve? Using words instead of physical contact. कथाबार्ता हो भाई भूल गेला हम देला हाथ देखोनी कि आखि देखाओनी. Don't physical. Learning and using ways for resolving conflict. When there is conflict means you are not one with other. There is something disagreement. So learning and using ways for resolving conflict. So how to meet the conflicting situation, you must do like that. Therefore, practice taking instructions are given. For example, you have to remember, listen carefully for things said and implied. When something is said, so what is the implication? Without understanding the implication of what, for example, the teacher said, I will make you are inattentive. For example, a student is inattentive in the class. The teacher said, I will make you out if you are inattentive. Or second time you are inattentive, then the teacher has made you out. Now what is the implication? Don't get irritated. What is the implication to make you out? Oh, I was not attentive. So next time I will be attentive. I will not be driven out. Clarify. What is the problem now? The problem should be clarified. The situation must be clarified. Under which circumstances this was done. So it necessitates clarification. Understand what has been told to you, why it is told, why the direction is given, why you are told like that. You must understand. Acknowledge that you have understood. So we must be sure. You must be sure that whatever has been told, it is for my goodness. So it is good. So therefore you have understood. Then reconfirm instructions by quickly summarizing what you have been understood. What you have understood. That means quickly you summarize what this is the regime. Then practice explaining a problem that you can understand. I will not go for that in detail. Practicing asking for help, that is there, identifying people who can help you. No man is an island. We need people and people need us. You must understand, I am required, also they are required. So nobody is unrequired. Therefore, we then practicing how to practice accepting feedback, appreciation, open-mindedness, something like that. Feel free. Practice giving constructive criticism. That is more important. For example, stay focused. Don't confuse the person with the problem. Keep your focus. Spend some time. Then keep tempers down. Don't lose your temper as a member or as a head. So if you lose temper, you can say something wrong. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଭଗବତ ଗୀତା ସେ କହିଛି ନା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜଣେ ନିଜ टेम्पर लूज कर दबो से कौन करे ना वो एन जन कथा कहि दो तापर कोन हबो ना गंडोल होई आरंभ लाइक दैट यूज ए suggestive approach rather than a dismissive one. For example, a student has committed error. That doesn't mean he should be driven out of the school. He should be given some direction. Next time, if you do like this, you will be punished. Something like that. जदि आखिरे जंत्रणा होची तार माने नु आखि की ताड़ी फिंग दवा. If your eye is paining you, does it mean that it is a problem eye, so it should be driven out? No. You take medicine, it's something like that. Suggestive. Reiterate that the person is good, but the problem could be handled differently. Sometimes, though member of the group is right, but wrongly conceived, wrongly interpreted. So second time, so you can say, no, you were right, but it was mistaken, something like that. Be sincere, express your faith in the person. Pardon, Madhusmita? Any problem? Then practice receiving compliments. Don't feel embarrassed. Brush it up. Never ever in your life feel embarrassed. Somebody told me, let me accept it. Never counter it with, don't argue. Don't be arrogant. Accept the compliment graciously. For example, somebody told you, "Apar thaka teacher." Tamar uttara kon habo? Thank you very much for your best compliment. Then when you return back to your home, you can ask yourself, what makes that teacher to tell me? Today somebody told me, "Thaka teacher kon kali." If I was cheating, then I will rectify myself. If I was not doing, then I can smile. Oh, he said like that. Don't forget it. Forgive and forget. Smile and thank the person for the compliment. When somebody has said, for example, sometimes when a student has crossed the teacher on the road, now the student greets the teacher, sir namaskar. If the teacher does not say a few words, तमको जब छात्र टे विद्यार्थी टे बाटरे रास्ता रे देखा गला नमस्कार कला तो पछे बापा केमित अछो कि बा केमित अछो, how are you, what is your problem, what are you doing, is it not your courtesy? So therefore you must smile and thank. Very good, thank you very much. Similarly, practice giving compliments using simple language. Don't make something very jargons which cannot be understood by using flattery language. Sometimes we flatter, means it is because of you it is possible, so I was missing you, something like that. So that gives a sense of satisfaction. Modulate your voice, that means change your voice. Sometimes you should be very submissive. Sir, I am very sorry. You cannot say, sir, I am very sorry. No, very sorry, sir. Would you be kind enough to forgive me? Something like that. Sir, you are asking some question. You cannot say, sir, a question about the uttar diyon. Sir, is it possible to by this time or at this time to get a clarification from you, sir? If it is clarified, I will be very happy, sir. Like that. Don't laugh or giggle while complimenting someone. Something like that. There are a few social skills that are listed below. So let us see what are the social skills. You must have known commonly needed social skills. Saying please. Always when you say, please can you help me? Please can you give me your pen? Thank you. When somebody is giving, you can say thank you. Dealing better with anger and frustration. Asking questions appropriately. Sometimes you are asking questions. The answer, the man to give answer, he could not understand your question. Sometimes you are asking question. For example, sir, you are teaching something like that. When you are teaching it, you are not understood. So, you ask those questions. What is the meaning of motivation? You are not asking like that. Sir, you are taught motivation. You are giving the example. Or you have given the main definition. But it is not possible to understand what time. Why do you not narrate? Your problem is the meaning of motivation. You ask straight away. What is the what do I mean by motivation? Question. Accepting the consequences administered by the teacher. Whenever the teacher is giving something punishment or accept it. Accepting responsibility, dealing with failure, frustration. This is more. We are not in a mood. Most of us. Only success experience. We hardly accept the failure experience. Failures are the pillar. We say failures are the pillar of success. But how many of us, when something goes not in favor of us, how many we accept? How many of us we accept? So therefore, we must deal failures very positively. Unlike it is to happen, it has happened. There is no strength. So what next to be done? Initiating a conversation with others when there is a problem. So you ask, you talk with others, you share with others. They will give you some advice. Accepting no for an answer. Accepting no. When somebody has given an answer, you accept. When you are giving answer, somebody no, it is not right. Accept it, no problem. Then you can say, better. What is the better answer? Please suggest me. Joining a group activity already in progress. When a group of people who are working, you can join. Then following direction. So when the direction is given by the leader, you accept it. You must follow it. Making friends, complimenting others. Whenever you find that your friends are doing better, you greet them. Oh, very good. I am very surprised how it is possible. It was not possible on my part. It is, you have done all this. Understanding the feeling of others. That means, okay, saying, okay, hey, it is a valid point. Compromising on issues. Sometimes, if you do not, there is some controversy. If you do not, for example, say Ukraine and Russia, if there is no compromise, it will continue. The argument is not the solution. So we must be submissive. So compromise means you must accept, I must accept. Is it fair to do like this? Then another party can say, is it fair to? Okay, accepted. Then cooperating with peers, coping with taunts and verbal, physical threats. Somebody might be talking nonsense, misbehaving. Try to cope. Seeking attention in appropriate manner, waiting for one's turn. Unless your turn has come, please wait. Let your turn come, then you can say something. Then steps to follow in teaching social skills. When the social skills have to be taught, what steps have to be followed? Appropriate social skills make one a successful leader or teacher or trainer. Their first is select the students who need training in certain skills. So how can you know that this student requires to make assessment? What kind of skills this student requires? That student requires this student requires these skills. That student may require some other skills. Social skills. Identify powerful reinforcers that will motivate the student to attend to lessons and attend. When the students are not, for a teacher, when the students, you are a leader, when the students, some students are not motivated, so you must use some motivational techniques, either storytelling or using some TLM, something like that. Identify and specifically define the target behaviors to be taught. Identify and specifically define the target behavior to be taught. That when you have identified that these are the students who are having this kind of behavior, then what type of things to be taught so that their behavior will be all right. You can know. Then task analyze the target behavior. Task analyze the target behavior. So people have been given the task. Analyze to what extent the task has been done. When the people have done their task, what type of behavior they are doing. That means how the members were participating, how they are interacting, how was the group work, how many people are participating, how many people are not participating, what was the behavior, like that. Another important component in the context of management is your stress management. Unless you manage your stress, there are different sources of stress. Unless these stresses are managed, it will affect your group activity. It will affect your behavior. Ultimately, it will affect the performance of the group. So goal achievement will be very difficult. So what is the stress management? Stress management encompasses techniques intended to equip a person with effective coping mechanism for dealing with the psychological stress. With stress are defined as a person's physiological response to an internal, external. That means you are the individual, you are working. Around you, there are different forces, external forces. Those external forces might be influencing, might be creating problem for you in a positive way or negative way. So therefore, how to handle those situations? That is what is your stress management. That means stress management is effective when a person utilizes strategies to cope with or alter stressful situation. Either you cope or change, so that you can manage yourself to the stress situation. For example, you are a teacher. One of the colleagues always he looked at you, he belittled you. Now two things are there for you. One is either you ignore or you accept. Oh, all right, he is my good wisher. All let him speak. Go on speaking. Hati chale bazar mein kuta ho ke ho ja, like that. Or alter the stressful situation. So avoid, don't talk with him, don't close your eyes, close your ears, like that. Now there are different models of stress management. So how can you manage your stress? Stress results from the imbalance between demands and resources. You are demanding like the, for example, the child demands a bike, but resources are not available. Stress is there. Just recall your childhood stage. During the time of Raja Parva, Ashtami, you want a new dress, but the parents might not have any funds. Money is not there. So therefore it was not purchased. So now you are all the children are getting new dresses. I have no, therefore stress is there. Therefore, Lazarus and Hockman's interpretation of stress focus on transaction between people and their external environment. So this is known as transactional model. That means how do you transact? How do you face the people between people and their external world? So you have the external world. How do people meet all these situations? This model breaks the stress link by proposing that if stressors are perceived as positive and challenging rather than that whatever challenges are coming, you accept it. Then it will help you to do better. Another is your health model. This model, the stress is founded on the idea that, what is the idea? The idea that stress does not necessarily follow the presence of a potential stressor. Not that some stressor is there, extra force is there, that is the cause. Instead of focusing on the individual's appraisal of so-called stressors in relation to his own coping skills, the health realization model focuses on the nature of thought, stating that it is ultimately a person's thought process that determines the response to potential. How do people say something, but how do you think? Don't take it. So that thought process, how do you consider? How do you think? That is more important. So therefore, we can say in this model, in the model health model, stress results from appraising oneself and one's circumstances through a mental filter of insecurity and negativity, whereas a feeling of well-being results from approaching the world with a quiet mind. That means the things are coming from outside. So you should have a quiet mind, inner wisdom, and common sense. So therefore, in this context, it is to be said, it has been well said by your mother, Sima. The mother said, the best way of solving your problem is to remain silent. नीरवता होउची सब समस्यार उचित पंथा जेत प्रॉब्लम आसीबो लोक तो कहबे स्ट्रेस हबो तुम नीरव मेडिटेशन कर नीरव रही जा बंद कर दियो लाइक दैट सो इट यू शुड टेक इट पॉजिटिवली दैट इनर विजडम white mind like that. This model proposes that helping stressed individuals understand the nature of thought. That means stress is there, but in what way, what kind of cognitive thought process you are using to handle the situation. तर मत लोक मु पाठ पढ़ु मत लोक कहला चोर चोर से कंटेक्स्ट मु कौन चिंता कर ओ मु तो चोर नु why should I think of that. It is meaningless to me like that. There are some techniques of self-management. If stress is there are different sources of stress, but you have to manage. If you cannot continue the stresses to remain with you, let the stresses not be continued. Stresses are there, but you should manage them. If stress is not managed, you cannot do your job properly. If you cannot if you cannot do your job properly, then your goal cannot be achieved. Goal can be achieved, but not in an effective way. One of the techniques of self-management is your autogenetic training. That means you generate yourself. How to train? If this is happening with me, if this is the source of my self stress, then I will do like this. I will not talk. I will concentrate. On my mind. I will go on meditation. Something like that. You create your own cognitive therapy. Chintan kariba, manthan kariba. Conflict resolution. Kimiti conflict kon where solve kariba. Exercise. Even exercise academic even non academic हेई पारे. सेवा करिबा. गरीब लोग साहाय्य करिबा. पिला पाठ पढ़ेबा. debate करिबा. like that exercise. Having hobby meditation, deep breathing, nishwas naba, relaxation technique, then artistic expression, painting, something, painting, dancing, something artistic like that, fractional relaxation. So stress, if the stress is very deep, big one, then some portion of stress can be taken care of at a time, not always, all the time. So there are different parts of the stress. You take one portion first, second portion next, third portion next, so that immediately the stress cannot go, but it will take some time. Then progressive relaxation, gradually you can relax. Spa, going to some medical hotel, something for your message, for your breathing, for your meditation, for relaxation. Then stress balls. What is stress ball? A soft ball. You should keep in your hand and squeeze. Then that will give you relaxation. Then natural meditation, time management, listening to certain types of relaxing music. I do not know whether you know or not. One of the approaches to learn language is your suggestopedia. That means music. That using music, the students can learn language because soft music has the ability to enable the learner to develop interest among the learners to learn language. Meditation, benefits of all these are there. Then different meditative techniques are told, like focused meditation. You give for example, I have undergone 2 months training on meditation. These are the 2 eyebrows. Between this eyebrow, this point. Whenever you are meditating, keep that image in between this and sit for some time. For example, you believe in Shiva Bhakta, Shaiva, Vishnu Bhakta, Rama, you put that internally. You think about that flower inside, concentrate on that. The highest level of meditation is whenever you are thinking of light, whenever you are thinking of light, putting that light in the midpoint, and the light, the red portion of light becomes greenery, then that is the highest point of meditation. Very rare. So therefore, focus, you give, whenever you are meditating, you give a focus on a particular point and you can continue. That will help you in your concentration. And activity oriented meditation technique. For example, you do some activity, concentrate on your activity. For example, writing activity. For example, any activity you like and you are capable of, not like, you are capable of, concentrate on that. Meditation means concentration. Then another is mindfulness technique. Put your mind in any activity, in anything, and continue all for many times. Then spiritual meditation, spirituality. We say spirituality is the essence of humanity, human life. So you must pray God, you must concentrate on God, or you can recite Japa Mariba, something like that, as you like, so that it can help you a lot in the stressful situation and make your mind quiet. So if you are doing like that, you can have balanced mind. Another is deep breathing. Deep breathing techniques are a great way to fight stress and anxiety and help you relax. Here are basic steps. What are steps of deep breathing?